Welcome chaps. I've got a little video today. I'm going to be doing a little crop 6/8 and I'm going to be doing a convexed edge. Super curve as Bill calls it. So I'm going to be using this 3K, keeping it quite simple. This is shaped on the short axis of Gerard's plate. As you can see, it's shaped like a wheel. And so we're going to be using the 3K Nano Chisora. And I'm going to be using this crop. So we're going to basically set this edge on this curve to produce a concaved edge. And this is a convex hone. Right, so let's get on with this. I'm going to put you down so you can see what I'm doing. Just going to draw that blind because there's a bit of light coming through. Got rid of that. God, look at that light's gone through actually. Just 1 sec. That's it, pop it there. That's better. Yeah, so I'm going to be using this 3K to create the concave bevel, and what I'll be doing after that, I'll be just using the 8K flat and the 12K to finish. So keeping it pretty simple. We're gonna concave the bevel, or convex, like I forget what it's called now. We're gonna get that shape there using this 3K. So let's crack on with this. One time since I've done one of these hone-ins. There we go. Don't know how long this is going to take because I've dulled this razor. I'm just going to check that edge under the microscope. See what's actually happening, see what part of the bevel we're making contact with. Looks like I've covered the bevel already on that. Let's have another look this way. Not quite reached that edge. I can see the 3K scratches. Just going to do a thumbnail test. Oh, that's miles off. Alright, let's just check that thumbnail. It's a bit better. Let's just do some more work on there. This is just carving that bevel out now, carving it out to a nice concaved or convex edge. It's that long since I've done it, I forget which way around it is now, but this is the one that's grinding, creating that curve. Starting to feel like it's taking shape. I can feel it feels a lot smoother now, as if that bevel was taking shape. Just have a look, see if what we're like at the thumbnail test. That's grabbing a lot stronger. See how that's holding on there. That just proves that we've reached that bevel. I mean, Gerald just say not to go all the way, but I find that it gets there in no time anyway, so. Put in a bit more work just to make sure. And I'm going to check that bevel now just to see what it looks like. Let's have a look here under this little handheld microscope. Yep. Yeah, I'm seeing a scratch pattern right from the back of the bevel right to the apex there. Right, so I'm just going to do a little bit more work on here. Let's turn that around. Nearly there now. It's a little bit boring this, but what we're doing is creating that concavity. You can feel that that's gliding across that stone smoother now as well, which indicates that you've got the shape that you want there. Just back beveling this out now to get that flexibility into that bevel. This is a little 6/8 crop. It's an old razor that I use for practice purposes such as this. Just a bit more of that eel. Notice. That's fine. That feels fine to me. Right then. Swap over the hose. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to work on that very tip with a flat hone. But I'm going to be using 2 flat ones. I'm going to be going from the 8K to the 12K. So there's it, 8K nanny work. Let's get out that sunlight. Okay. Let's just check this edge. See what this looks like. Just looks like a 3K edge right to the apex. When I use this 8K, I'm going to be expecting it just to put a little shiny edge on the very tip. So we're just working the very tip now. Yeah, so we're just going to do 20 strokes on the 8. Let's just check that under the microscope, see what it's looking like after 10 strokes. Yep, just on the very apex there, that 8K, I can clearly see the difference now. Got about, say the bevel's, I don't know, say let's say for example 10 mil. You've got about 3 mil at the edge there that's just making contact. So the very apex is only making contact with that 8K there. That's the reason I'm using the synthetics, because you'll be able to see the difference in the polish at the very tip. Yeah, 100%. We're just working the tip there, very tip there. Looks like a micro bevel. Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. I'm just going to do another 10 strokes on here. Very light. It's really undercutting, that is. So I'm just keeping it simple really, just basically changing the shape of that bevel, making it thinner, and then I'm just using the flat stones just to finish that tip. And that is plucking it out my arm. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish on the 12. I don't have to do 10 or 20 strokes on here. I'll just try 10, see what it looks like. Very fast these synthetics are, so we're only working that very, very, very apex. So I'm going to do 10 very light strokes on here. God, that feels sharp. That is absolutely sticky toffee sharp. That is very, very sharp and grabby. Just going to check that under the microscope, see what's happening. Wow, that's like yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful, that. That sure is a concave bevel, that is. We've got the 3K scratch pattern from the back of the bevel, and then we've got right the way up this 3K scratch pattern, and then at the very tip we're talking a couple of mil, 3 mil, we've got just a shiny piece of steel where the 8K's just polished that out, and the 12K. And that's as simple as that. That is what you do. People have got different methods of doing this, but I think anybody could follow this. No fancy methods. Yep, that's cool. Right, what I'm going to do to finish off on, I'm not going to do any more on this 12. 10 strokes on that 12K seems more than enough. Just don't forget, we're only working a very thin piece of steel. What I'm going to do is finish on a flat paddle with TI paste, and I'm going to do 10 strokes on here and check the edge again. Right, let's just wipe that, check that again. No. Oh yeah, looks amazing. Yep, that is. Same again, 3K scratch pattern, and just at the very tip, a nice shiny mirrored 8K, 12K pasted edge. Oh yeah, it's alright, so that's that done. So basically all I did there was set the bevel on this curve, which is on the Gerard plate. It's basically the short axis you shape your hone to. I use a 3K, I don't use a 1K like Gerard. I don't think you need to use a 1K, but you could use a 1K. And what Gerard says is that you're not you just stop when 90% of the bevel is covered. I just set the bevel on this until the bevel's set, and then I work that very tip on the flat stone and I've used in this case, I've used the 8K for 20 strips and just 10 on the 12 and 10 on the paste. And it looks really good. You can see the difference. You can see the back of the bevel's still got the 3K scratch marks, and you can see the very tip of the razor is just mirrored all the way along. And as for the arm hair test, I mean, that's really picking up arm hair. That's very promising. So what I'll do, I'll give that a test shave in a couple of days, and I'll see what it feels like and give my honest opinion. I do like the convex edges, they are nice. I just don't like the idea of putting too much homeware on my razors. That's the downside for me. And you know, I do think it depends on the razor how well it works. I've had great success on certain razors and not on others, but it's just trial and error. But I keep it pretty simple, like I said. I just do that. Get the shape of the bevel out, shaped out on the 3K. I think Gordon uses a 5K. You could actually use a 5K, and then you work that very apex with a flat edge, basically, and then strap it on, if you can, on a flat hone, a flat paddle like this, or a tension strap. I wouldn't use well, you could use a normal strap, but I'd keep it flat so you're just working that apex. I'll give that a go in a couple of days, and I'll do a video on that, and I'll see what that's like. I'm expecting it to be good. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next shave with that razor.